Welcome in to Davis High Basketball on Game Night Live Rewind. Dusty Lidster and Dane Stewart with you in one of the more fun opening games we could ask for. The reigning 6A champion, Davis Darts, taking on the reigning 5A champion, the Lehi Pioneers. And Dane, it could be a lot of fun to watch. A lot of talent on both sides of the floor, but two kings of basketball going at it tonight.
Yeah, and a lot of change for one of these teams. When you look at Lehi, graduated so much talent and had some talent move on off of their state championship team. But for the Davis Darts, there's a lot of familiarity coming back on this roster that won that 6A championship last year. There's a lot of expectations for Davis this year, not only in Region 1, but in 6A. And we'll see that all kind of start here tonight.
Well, we see the Darts going to come out to the light. But, you know, and this game is not only a renewal of a season, Dane. I mean, for us and for the boys clad in black tonight for Lehi, it's also a tough night tonight. Playing with heavy hearts is one of our favorites and a parent that we got to know very well. Tyler Hawkins is the head of Xavier Basketball, AEU side. He coached a lot of the boys that played for Lehi. And someone we got to know very well in the last couple of years. Unexpectedly passed away last Friday. And I don't know if we'll see Braxton out here tonight, but we know Kim and the family are watching this. There's a whole clan in Canada that are heartbroken, and so are all of us here at GNL Rewind.
Yeah, stunning news, Dusty. I know it was a hard weekend for me as I learned about it. Still hard, and certainly wish the Hawkins our most sympathies in regards to what they're going through right now. A young man that, or a dad, a mentor, a coach who loved the game of basketball, loved impacting young men's lives. And you see the way that he just took pride in his boys and in the teams that he was involved with, and just a big loss. A loss for Lehi, a loss for the basketball family in the state of Utah, and you know, certainly wish his family, his sons, his children, his spouse, you know, our hearts, our thoughts are with them this week. But man, I mean, just devastating news.
And the more lighthearted things, the 2021-2022 season underway. And we'll start first again with the reigning 5A champion, Lehi Pioneers. That's Bromley up top with Grayson Brousseau, and that ball comes out of bounds. Davis basketball, and of course, Coach Chad Sims and the Davis Darts, they raised the banner for the first time since 2002 as they brought home a title, and a team we knew, Dane got to do all these games a year ago, that they're going to return so much talent from that last year's team, and we're going to get a chance to watch it here tonight. Yeah,
and that youngster right there, Rex Sunderland, a young man that I really think he's got a chance to do something special this year with Davis. Now a 3-year starter for Coach Sims. Started as a sophomore, right? Yep. And you know, he's an unselfish player. Really, everyone on this Davis squad is. But we saw him in the summer league, the Powder League, and that young man, he can ball, and he's going to be a fun one to watch here in 21-22.
Here's Grayson Brousseau. The shimmy shake, fall away, rolls out. And rebound taken by Rex Sunderland. Rex into Painter, cross court to Sims. Colby, drive inside, leaves it in the corner. And there's the first points of the year for the Davis Darts.
You know, last year this Davis team ran a lot of 5-out offense, and now with Cottrell starting in the Painter, excuse me, you got an opportunity to establish kind of a big guy down low, and love Sims, the drive there, able to find him for the first bucket of the Dart season.
And again, another miss there for Lehi. As we'll get our score bug fixed here in just a moment. As Painter sends back to the corner, 3 on the way from Sims. No, and now a loose ball foul against Davis, and that's going to go against Henry Eyrig.
Yeah, Eyrig that time got some arms in the lower back, trying to separate to get that rebound, and good call there from the topside official, able to see it and make the call.
And now a ball out of bounds. And Chad Sims' first opportunity to give that patented smile to the official. He may or may not have agreed with that.
Yeah, they were looking for fast break points, man.
At least it wasn't on a breakaway completely. As they inbound into the Bromley. And Brousseau. Out of bounds, and Brousseau loses the handle. Of course, the Brousseau family is here. He's already a state champion this year.
Yeah, Grayson, the younger brother of Jackson, right? We got that corrected late in the football season. But, yeah, Grayson was one of the options for Jackson in that Lehi passing offense as the football brought home the title here in 21.
Sunderland with the offensive board and lays it in, and it's 4-0 Davis. Man, I don't know what the total numbers are. I can't wait to see him from Curtis Pettengill. They might have had 12 rebounds in the first quarter. Sunderland pokes it away. Here comes Henry Eyrig. Leaves it for Rex. Rex terminates on the baseline, sent to the corner. Colby Sims holds off on the three. And they'll reset the offense here for Coach Chad Sims.
Good closeout there by Anderson to take away that Sims three. When he starts feeling it, he's as good as any shooter in the state.
Good defense by Brousseau, shutting down the baseline as Sims steps out of bounds, and it's a turnover from Davis. Finally had a three-pointer go through the net, but it didn't matter.
They didn't even straighten the net, Dusty. What is going on?
I'm a little irritated. Where are we in our fundamentals? Is on the other end. Lewis got stuck, a nice find, and Nixon Ruffner. And now they notice. It might be our first basketball game, but not my first rodeo.
We were on that one early.
But how about some Timpview legends on this Lehi team? Of course, Coach Quincy Lewis, a legend at Timpview. But how about Michael Ruffner's son, Nixon Ruffner? Michael Ruffner played at BYU, played at Timpview.
And I was thinking, wasn't he coming up through Lone Peak? Did he move over to Lehi?
May have. Well,
I could be wrong in that, but I thought that
Timpviews and maybe some Lone Peak lineage.
I mean, it's not like, Quincy Lewis used to coach at Lone Peak, so,
he's a legend at both schools. Lead ahead, here's Bromley. And that ball blocked by Eyrig, who had a jump ball. And the possession belongs to the Arts. Of course, Quincy Lewis, someone that, there's that famous song on Wedding Singer, Want to Grow Old With You. I think we're all getting there. Quincy was young when we were young coming up, and here we all are.
It's crazy, huh?
17 years later.
I mean, some people go on to win national championships and coach D1 teams, and then they come back. Others of us are just doing the same thing we were doing.
We're still high school. Whip it back to Rex Sunderland, and that three rims out. And that ball was loose. Lewis couldn't handle it. Here comes Painter, and Painter draws a foul. And it'll be 2 free throws coming the way of Max Painter.
I'll tell you this, I mean, I don't know if they changed the rims at Davis this year, but the shooting stroke is not as friendly to start the 21 campaign, huh?
If I'm Chad, they're the same nets, no less, from last year. Keep those suckers.
Yeah.
As Max knocks down his first 2 free throws. And not only have a new year, we got a new region. And so just so you all know, just like last year, we're going to have every single Davis basketball game right here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com as Max knocks that down. But it also means we're going to see Farmington. We got Colin Chandler twice. Of course, Davis and Farmington will easily and quickly become quite the rivalry. Don't know if it'll get to the latentness that soon.
That's what I was going to ask. If we thought that it might grow to that potential this year, those are going to be some rocking buildings, because I know there were some Farmington people who were like, yeah, well, we should have some of these Davis guys, and I'm sure that probably goes the other way as well.
When you defend the tradition, you also funnel the tradition.
Yeah.
Just because you live in Farmington doesn't mean you can't go to mom and dad with darts.
I'll tell you, that tradition doesn't know new schools and new boundaries. That's why it's tradition.
And there's another name that goes around the state, Preston Varner. Misses on that one. Actually, I'm thinking Brains, but either way. As here comes Rex Sunderland on the baseline. Pull up. Jay won't go. And rebound taken by Lewis.
tell you, I mean, Lehi's done a nice job hanging around, Dusty. They came in 0-1. They lost to Westlake in a game that really got away from them in the fourth quarter. But they're playing the defending 6A state champion, and they've done a pretty good job, especially defensively, not giving Davis a lot of good looks.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. 2:50 left in the first quarter. 2:50 left in the first quarter. Dusty Lister, Dean Stewart, is always brought to you by Heidemann and Associates. And again, if you need any law help with law needs, go to utah.law. But Dane, the first quarter, we're seeing these teams kind of shaking out the rust here.
Yeah, you know, we even talk about Davis returning so many guys, but really lost their glue guy in Chance Trujillo. And so while there's a lot of experience on the floor, some of it is new roles and new minutes and new opportunities. And I'll tell you, that's been a guy in Painter who has taken advantage of opportunities there early, as that one just won't go.
How about the possession there for Cole Richardson? Gets the block and then the rebound as well, as here comes Lewis. Or pardon me, that was Bryson Bromley. And then trying to lob it inside, taken away by Gehrig. Here's Cottrell. And that's a block. And they'll put Cottrell at the line to shoot 2 free throws. Sawyer, remember last year got valuable minutes at the beginning of the year, having to fill in. Painter was kind of getting back into the groove, and Trujillo was coming off of football. So Sawyer going to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and I love Davis trying to speed things up, right? I really felt like as the year went on and that team learned who they were and what their skill set was, we really saw that roster evolve. And I think early on here in this game, you're seeing that same thing where it's ran some half-court sets, haven't been able to find the bottom net, so let's start to push it a little bit. His first free throw there missed.
And Sawyer off on the first as Rex took a quick spill, and out comes Gehrig. It's about a difference. Look at Henry Eyrig, pardon me. I knew I was going to say Gehrig. Kyle Gehrig was a quarterback at Bingham, and Dave Peck retiring today. He's had me all sorts of thinking about Bingham football.
Yeah, Bingham's open again, huh?
I don't think he'll be open for long.
I wouldn't think so.
We'll get that in a minute. Henry Eyrig, I was going with Henry Eyrig. Just the change that you see already from Eyrig from one year to the next. You just remember high school kids, how much they change from one year.
Yeah.
Richardson has that ball really poked away, but only get Cottrell with the foul. So foul to Sawyer Cottrell, 1:48 left in the quarter. But Dane knows all too well that if I could veer back into football, I will find my way to do it.
Well, you still got college and NFL for a few weeks.
And in our high school broadcast.
Which, speaking of high school news today, how about Devon Brown to Ohio State?
You know, it was funny. Right after he took that OV, someone said, I think he'll go there.
Well, you think? I mean, I would guess Ohio State is a pretty good OV, right?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pretend to say, well, there are a lot of guys. If you were really good at Ohio State or at other schools, you have great opportunities. You know? I thought he was going to go. There's no insider knowledge. I thought maybe he might look at Texas and think, that's a quick path to the field. But he'll get to learn under Ryan Day, who calls great game. Tanner fouled, +1. And how about Max Painter? You know, he's got some bragging rights over his brother and state championship, and now he's ready to be the guy.
Yeah, been a great start. 6 points for him early on. 2 for 2 at the line. A chance here for a 3-point play. Been a great start.
As that second free throw no good. Ruffner with the board. Now quickly up the floor. Spencer Anderson. And now a foul away from the basketball is Ruffner. Pardon me, that was Grayson Brousseau rather drawing the foul. And that foul goes to Max Painter. So Max will come off the floor, his first foul. The inbound into Anderson, and Spencer right to the rim. Can't get it to drop. Sunderland give it up. Cottrell send to the corner to Garth. Eyrig cycled through to Sims. Whipped into the corner. Rexon out. Henry Eyrig short on the triple. Garth with the rebound. Tate passes it up, give it up to Henry Eyrig, splits the lane, took the bump, no call. And now here comes Lewis.
Nice job by Brousseau, standing in there, taking the contact. I was surprised that we're playing, though.
If you had a halo, it'd make this super easy. Remember, no shot clock in Utah High School basketball yet. 3 on the way and off the mark by Bromley. Rebound taken by Brousseau. 17 seconds. Now Brousseau draws the foul. Let's see if it goes on Sims or Sunderland. And the foul does go to Kobe Sims, and a 4th team foul here on Davis. 14 fouls apiece. So at the line now, Grayson Brousseau. I love that he's his own man. He doesn't have to have the bleached hair and the stash like his older brother.
I think that was a football thing because there was a lot of blonde hair coming out of those white helmets of Lehi this year, and I think that was a camaraderie thing. We've seen that in years past.
Yeah. With his stash, man. When I'm interviewing him, he took out the helmet. Like, hey, look at that guy.
Some of us still can't grow the stash, so I'll tip my cap.
As much as I try. Here comes Rick Sunderland. Pulled back for 3, no. Ball still loose. Eyrig at the horn! Henry Eyrig. The body might change, the face might get a little older, but he's the same guy. Puts the putback bucket at the horn, and at the end of 1, it is Davis 13, Lehi 3. Yeah, welcome back to Davis. We got our scoreboard right. Preston already the first quarter having our scoreboard wrong, but he got it fixed. 11-3. What was a cold shooting first quarter for both sides as Brousseau lost his foot, goes down, and draws a foul on Eyrig. So that fouled Eyrig, the 15th foul on the Darts. But Dan, kind of building off what I was talking about in the end, some things might change, but Henry Eyrig being a glue guy isn't going to change.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that I thought really last year brought a nice physical dimension to this Davis team and very versatile. I kind of joked he looked a little bit like Evgeny Malkin of the Pittsburgh Penguins. I think he's growing out of that a little bit. His defense is certainly much better than Malkin's. We've seen that already here in the first quarter.
I got to see him with the visor first. I don't know if I can get it without a visor.
But, yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Eyrig and what's ahead of him this year as well. And I think he's got that opportunity to help be kind of that blue-collar, do everything like we saw Chance Trujillo last year.
Nice find inside, and Nixon Ruffner able to rattle that one home. And 11-6.
4 of the 5 points for Lehi coming from their junior center, Nixon Ruffner.
Rotate to the corner, 3 on the way from Tate Garth. And the first Davis 3-pointer.
First one of the year. Took a whole quarter. I mean, feels kind of weird, doesn't it?
We got to get a Titan triple kind of theme for Davis. I'm surprised of how good the student section's been in all 17 years of us doing this, that a Titan triple type chant hasn't happened. That just kind of rolls off the tongue, but there's a way to.
Yeah, but I think I have some latitude for that. This is not a Matt Barnes offense where they throw 35 of those a game, right? Like, Sims likes the 3-ball, shoots the 3-ball well. His teams normally do, but he's only been here for like 6 or 7 years, so they're still getting there with the familiarity of the long ball here at Davis.
Just one day.
One day.
It was funny, as that first free throw was good from Lewis. I was somewhere recently getting beautified. Girl cut my hair, gone to Olympus. I always ask what high school you go to. She was a cheerleader. And I said, oh, Titan triple, huh? And she was like, you know? I was like, dude, I know that. Absolutely.
If there's anybody who knows that, it's Dusty.
Or cheers for it, even on air. And works it into every top 5 plays. It's as common as tip drop. As Garf hands off to Sims on the weave. Colby Nice take and draws the foul on Spencer Anderson. Anderson rather, and it'll put Colby at the line.
Love to see Sims continue to be aggressive. I mean, you can think back to that first quarter, Dusty. It was a nice handoff off of a drive. Here he's driving, looking to score, trying to get to the basket. I think last year Colby was much more of a perimeter type shooter. Today it's great to see that he is being a bit of that slasher for this Davis team as he goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Well, the way he can shoot the three, you're going to have a lot of guys that come flying out to run you off the line. And I didn't even think off the basketball as well. As that one thrown back in, taken by Sims, leaves it for Garf. Tate for three. No, the rebound and a foul on the rebound, and it was Cole Mullen. It's about another kid that doesn't look like he did like a year ago. How about Cole Mullen?
Yeah. It looks like he spent some time in the weight room.
Are you ready for a name from way back when? Little Brady Hurst action. Brady Hurst was 44 on that Davis team with Stratton McCausland, Nick Martineau, and Brian Green. Everyone thinks I'm a Lone Peak basketball guy. No, I remember the Davis starts.
Look, before he was Lone Peak, he was Davis. Jay Welk.
Jay Welk and the Dusty Diehard?
Yeah.
Started out, but made it to Davis. Stratton McCausland ended a relationship with a coach in the state of Utah that lasted all the way until
I wasn't going to bring that up,
I'm not going to say who. You might be able to figure it out. Sunderland, back rims to three. Rebound to Mullen, send to the corner, work it around. It's a three for Sawyer. And that net just likes to get tied up in the rim.
It does look like they kept the nets from last year because that's 3 times that net has come up over the rim. New nets don't do that, Dusty.
Just break it in. Hey, what net do you think they shoot on a lot?
That's got to be
around net. Sent out the three on the way from Rupter. And then a foul.
And one.
And actually they called it a 2. And then a foul away from the ball, and I'll put Richardson at the line to shoot one. So the free throw goes off, 19-10, 5:20 left in the half. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart with you. Opening game of the Davis basketball season. Our opening game on rewind. Oh, Hal Rupter got the shot on one end, gets Sims on the other with the block. And it'll be Lehi basketball. As Ruffner and be fouled by Mullen, and it'll be back to the free throw line. As that is the 8th team foul on Davis, 16 fouls on Lehi.
Both teams here in the bonus. But hey, we got to 5:04 left in the second. Not too bad. We do have a lot of people watching. Good student section today. We also got Coach Maxwell of Bountiful's in the house and have a Lone Peak assistant in the house. We've got, I think we have some Farmington players. I thought I saw a couple there. So this is you would think that these are 2 pretty good teams going at it today, Dusty.
Yeah, you think it'd be fun to watch, 2 champions.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen all the time in the state of Utah. I'm not saying who's going to win this game because we'll have Davis stream and all. But where this could be a good omen for Lehi on a repeat. You ready for a fun fact?
I love fun facts.
Lehi football, their first game of the season was at Davis.
They lost, right?
There was a loss in overtime. Good omen. I'm not saying they have to lose. I'm just saying opening at Davis.
Yeah, I mean, this Lehi team would have to win a few more games than that Lehi team. But yeah.
Yeah.
See what I did there? Yeah. I'll tell you this. How about these two regions? We'll talk about that. But Region 1, Region 8, man, that's going to be some good basketball.
Going to be outstanding is loose ball taken by Davis, and Colby Sims comes the other way and lays it in.
We're almost at halftime, and Colby does not have a made three tonight. I mean, how's that for a fun fact?
Well,
not so fun for him, but
unlike anything that happened a year ago.
Exactly.
And right now
he was near 50% about 8 games into the year from three.
That ball goes out of bounds. Try a little high-low too fast there for Richardson. That Bountiful game a year ago, he hit 7. It was 5 in the first half, 7 in the game. We saw this in the state tournament. Did the same thing. But who's gonna be the guy when the red light goes on? Chance Trujillo-ish or ilk. I mean, Chance last year, especially in the state tournament. Man, when that red light came on, so did Chance Trujillo. It'll be interesting to see who that guy is that develops for Davis throughout this year.
You know, we talked about this a lot last year, and we don't cheer for teams. But how awesome was it to see Davis win last year? And not because we're here at Davis, but it's so, you've gotten so accustomed to having that favorite with big names and, you know, the 4-star kids. And Davis didn't have that last year. It was a team effort, and it was awesome to see that take them to a state championship.
And another bucket for Max Payne and a timeout taken by Quincy Lewis. We'll take it with him. 3:21 left in the half. Kicking off basketball season on Rewind Sports. Of course, Dane did a Copper Hills game a week ago. There's Garth on the steal off the trap. Cottrell leaves it for Painter, and Max lays it in.
First guy in double digits tonight, Max Painter for the Darts.
Just as all of us expected.
Yeah, exactly.
The Max Painter would be in double digits, and Sam Cottrell and Rex Sunderland would combine for 0 threes. Lewis, nice shot.
And that's a young man, 5'11" sophomore, who you're going to hear about him for years to come. He's going to be a great ball player, and cannot wait to see his career unfold for Lehi. But he's going to be one of those players that you'll want to keep an eye on.
Of course, his Lehi team's got a big weekend coming up next weekend. Is Painter inside, can't get that one to go, and the rebound taken by Ruffner. And Lewis will be on display there, amongst others, at the Holiday Hoop Fest. We'll have it for you here on Rewind Sports. There's a foul on the drive. That goes to Painter. That's number 2 or 3 on Max. But of course, we'll be here at Davis. Davis hosting their first tournament.
Yeah.
All the Davis games of that tournament will be right here on the Rewind Sports Network.
Yeah, should be a fun week next week. We'll learn a lot about a lot of teams, especially the next 2 weeks, right? A lot of tournaments, in-state, out-of-state. And December is always one of those months where Utah teams go to flex, right? We're going to find out how good they are, and it's going to be great. You know, that being said, we've had some great games already. How about Wasatch Academy playing Tiview?
Yeah.
And Tiview, you know, that's an 11-point game. That's a good sign for Tiview.
Izzy Engel.
Yeah.
I think he knows how to coach just a little bit.
And you want to go lower ranks, how about Ridgeline? They lost to Tiview on a buzzer beater 3 that took about 3 bounces. And then they fell to Fremont by 2. That's a team that we expect to compete in here in Region 1. So that 4A Ridgeline team we think will be strong. Of course, Farmington has the best player in the state. We've talked about Davis. You look at Region 4, Dusty. I mean, Westlake graduated so many guys. They're going to be strong. Lone Peak, AF, Corner Canyon, Kozlowski, a young man that I don't know if any of you have seen this young man play. He only averaged about 4 last year, but that Brody Kozlowski, going to be a player to watch.
He is. He's got good bloodlines. Glenn Kozlowski, was an NFL wide receiver. His mom was an All-American volleyball player. And she's part of our family because she's a broadcaster.
A lot of talk about Staley. this year. So he's got high expectations placed on him.
Well, and you look at what does Skyridge have? Coach Gardner, you know, and so much for Skyridge to come back and try to figure out as well. I mean,
yeah, I mean, you know, you return Nick Holland, who's one of the best guards returning in the state. Between defense, what he brings there, he scored 25 in their win last night. Good long ball shooter. Can be a pesky player to go up against. Bailey is there. He's a very lanky kid, and if he can get that outside shot going, get that jumper going, you know, they've got some options there for Coach Gardner. This Region 4, I feel like it's going to be pretty wide open. Should be really fun, really competitive.
Not like football. I mean, it's going to be very interesting. Yeah, welcome back. Sorry about technical difficulties. 27-14 our score as Grayson Brousseau made the first and now makes the second. So again, apologize for technical difficulties. It's one thing to transition from football to basketball, and you feel it in every part of it. And so I hope you're enjoying the stream. As that three won't go, and a loose ball foul once again. As par for the course in basketball is all the fouls.
It's going to be the third on Painter, I believe. So a big one coming there against Max.
So we'll take the bonus stroll down the other end of the floor. But this year in high school basketball is going to be very interesting. We talk about Region 1. I mean, we know Davis, the reigning Region 1 champions. Layton has not got out to the start. I know that they'd like to. I think KJ Miller is going to prove to be someone to deal with. We talk about Farmington and Colin Chandler. An addition nobody wants to have in Colin Chandler. But Weber always kind of seems, always lurking in the background are the Weber Warriors. Because you know how long they're going to be. And it's just a matter of what kind of team you see out of Weber.
Yeah, I mean, they returned some pieces. They lost a lot of height. When you think about that team last year, they had some lanky shooters. You know, it's going to be some transition for Weber this year. I'll tell you the team, and we talked about it a little bit earlier, Fremont. They return a lot of talent. And Coach Mullaney, a team that I think surpassed a lot of expectations last year, all that talent coming back. This is a region that's going to have a lot of teams that are competing, and Syracuse could be a bit of a sleeper there too. I don't know if they're good enough to compete with the Davises and the Farmingtons, but they're good enough to knock them off. And so, you know, that might be a team that can come up and bite you if you aren't paying attention.
4 seconds left in the half. Up top with Rex. 2, 1, follow it, the horn! Austin Willard! Not only is he good at the horn, he brought rain with it. 2 buzzer beaters to start the night. Henry Eyrig at the end of the first quarter. And now Boston Willard at the half. And at the half, it is a 14-point lead for the Davis Starks. They lead Lehi 29-15. 6A King taking on the 5A King. You're watching Davis Start basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. So only first quarter of the game. Our first basketball game. Gonna turn the volume back up. Thought I got it. But Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart did Davis Start basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. But a slow first half shooting-wise for the Davis Stars.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things when you look at stats, and of course, want to thank Curtis Pettengill and all the work he does to help us stay connected. But Davis shot just 33% from the floor, 2 for 14 beyond the arc, 14%. I mean, that's a good 30% lower than what they were doing last year, 25, 30% lower. So certainly not a great half for Coach Sims compared to, what we saw from this group last year. But, I mean, you can look at the other side of that, Dusty. I mean, let's talk Lehi. 4 of 14 from the floor. They only took 14 shots. So while the offense, and maybe you're not seeing the shooting numbers there for the Darts, the defense played really well. They had 7 steals in that first half. And I thought the defense for Davis did look good while that offense still coming around.
Ruffner with the bucket. Is Rex Sunderland trapped along the baseline. Send up top to Irick. Henry to the corner. Garth back inside to Painter. Now Rex. Out to Colby for 3, and Sims with his first 3 of the night.
Oh, it just feels right, doesn't it? Colby Sims for 3. There it is. And the rim, the net, not over the rim, but it is a little muffled.
Definitely not shoot around net. Probably a foul on the steal. You know what's fun for us is last year was the first year we've ever done all basketball games for one of the schools. And it's not to say we spend a bunch of time with the kids, but we've got to spend so much time calling their games. They do become first name kind of guys. So I apologize, you get a little familiar. But it's what we're trying to build here with more of a local call feel with our nightly streams of Davis basketball. There's Rex inside the max, Painter, and that ball is taken away by Ruffner. Ready for a fun fact about Ruffner?
Oh, yeah, I love fun facts.
His dad, I talked about he was a star at Timpview. His dad played against Rasheed Wallace when Rasheed was a freshman. And Timpview beat Rasheed Wallace's led crew team out of Philadelphia that year. One of 2 high school losses in Rasheed Wallace's career.
Wow.
Timpview and Michael Ruffner. Learned that from Doug Henstrom.
You know what's crazy? All right, you ready for this fun fact?
Absolutely.
I watched Rasheed Wallace play NBA basketball. How in the world is there a youngster in the state of Utah whose dad played against him in high school? You know what the fun fact is? We're old.
For Rasheed at UNC.
That is nuts.
Yeah. So I spent some time in Philadelphia, and I had someone stop me, hey, you're walking on the street that Rasheed Wallace walked on. Pay some respect. I go, Rasheed Wallace about Will Chamberlain. Him too. And I go, what about Fresh Prince? Like, they shot that at Temple. That's not West Philadelphia.
That's funny. Not according to the song.
The song says West Philadelphia. The fun thing is, I played basketball on that court. That's at Temple University.
The song says West Philadelphia, so that's all. I'm just going off of what's documented.
No way in the world they're going to shoot that in West Philadelphia. Promise you that.
Yeah. Well, they also didn't go to Harrisburg. I promise you that.
Wait, The Office.
Look, nothing like Central Pennsylvania.
Wait, The Office wasn't filmed in Scranton? What are you telling me?
Crazy, huh?
Yes. Let's get back to basketball. 5:35 left. Oh, the lob up to Irick. Henry couldn't get it. Draws the foul. And Henry missing his chance to get our top 5 plays and performances this week.
Probably one of his classmates will be like, Henry, man, come on. It's the first game of the year. Give him a couple weeks, huh?
You told me George Costanza couldn't get him the shoes? This is why you don't hurt Jimmy. You don't hurt Jimmy. Henry's dunking right now.
Oh, Jimmy holds regrets.
Jimmy's going to get you.
Jimmy holds grudges. Sorry, Jimmy holds grudges.
That's the guy that put Jimmy down.
Yeah.
Henry made the first. And rolls in the second. But Henry, one of my favorite players from a year ago. Because he did everything. You always have that guy that doesn't have to have the ball in his hands at all times. Found ways to get to loose balls. Look right here, comes a post down that lane. Nice hands by Colby Sims. And that ball was off the leg of a Davis dart. We'll stay here with Lehi. Hey, we're talking about stars in the gym. How about Rhonda Bromley, the former principal at Lone Peak High School? Imagine the Bromleys here, Rhonda's family. She's now part of the Alpine School District leadership. But she was the principal that hired Quincy Lewis and David Evans. That's Cooper. Lewis knocks down the 3.
Yeah, pretty good shot there from Cooper. We talked about him, the sophomore, and Second made three of the contest for Lehi. As rough of a night as it's been for the Lehi Pioneers, they are outpacing Arizona State tonight. So, I mean, you know, they're not playing terrible.
And a second three from Colby Sims.
Yeah.
Bobby Hurley's crew isn't putting it up.
This is Colby, right? This is what we were talking about. We saw last year, and usually it came in the first half, that first half onslaught. Tonight has been a second half onslaught.
And against the camel-clad Davis Dart faithful.
Of course, Jesse Wade is in the building tonight, being like, "She only made two?
That's it?
Call me when you get to 6."
And Bromley with a nice cut to the rim and finish. And again, out of bounds.
You know, this is the interesting thing. When you think about this Lehi team, Lewis now with 10, Ruffner has 10. That's it. I mean, you've got Grayson Brousseau who's got a couple, but I mean, the amazing thing is you talk about all the talent that graduated off of this team last year and guys that would create offense and just trying to find out who those options are going to be for them this year. And they've got some bigs. I've been surprised they haven't tried to establish that in the block a little bit yet. But that's the kind of skill set that I feel like this team has, and we'll see kind of unfold as the year goes on for Lehi this year.
There's going to be so much getting used to. Remember, we had Noah Gonzalez, our 5A MVP, playing at Dixie State and playing at Dixie State.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're a former MVP of ours, you're going to play really well there. Trevin Alfrey, a former 6A player of the year, playing well there too. As Ruffner had that ball off his hands. But also find yourselves as Brousseau.
That might be his fourth. It is.
Brousseau called for the charge. 3:45 left in the third quarter. But yeah, so much experience to replace. As Anderson, nice job of setting that down. It was up top is Cottrell. Left on the baseline, Eyrig cut off. Send up top, working around, Garth to Colby for three. His third three of the third quarter.
You know, while this team shot 33% in the first half, you know what was still there? The ball movement. And we've seen it here in the second half as well. Give it time, those shots will start to fall, and we've seen that for Colby Sims here in the third quarter.
And that was what we loved, is that three is good. And that was Preston Varner. But what we loved about that Davis team a year ago was how much the ball moved, how fast that ball moved a year ago. Ball did not stick. As Colby was looking for four, didn't get it. Follows up his own shot like a coach's son should. Follows up his shot and gets the two.
All right, well now he's just trying to milk the stat sheet with his own, rebound and put back. And Cooper Lewis is catching fire here in the third as well.
Cooper with his second triple of the quarter. Ball out of bounds. We'll stay here at Davis. I'll tell you, the team we see in December is not going to be the team we see in February and March for Lehi.
Yeah.
We know one thing, Quincy Lewis can coach. As Colby Sims can't get that one to go. Eyrig sent back out. Colby pulls for three, left it short. Again, his own board and bucket. And in the words of another Davis Star legend, Rufus Sprague, a little stat stuffer opportunity there.
13 points in the quarter for Sims. He's now got 17 in the contest. Been a good period for him. I love the point you brought up about Lehi. Dusty, on their roster, they have one senior. One. This is a young group for Coach Lewis. I don't know if they're going to go win a 5A state championship. They're going to be in the mix. I mean, this is going to be a team that will make a postseason run. Do they get to the quarters, the semis? Do they get to the championship? They could make that kind of a push. But this is a young group for Quincy Lewis.
On the steal, Rex slays it in.
Maybe gifted an extra step. It is December.
It's a season of giving. Ruffner Trying to set it down. The ball's picked off by Sunderland. Cottrell leaves it for Painter. Max down the lane and lays it home. But here's the thing, if your team's in the state, get your lumps in now on Lehi.
Yep.
And now timeout, Coach Lewis. The full timeout. We'll keep it here. Dane and I got plenty of things to talk about. We haven't been around each other for a couple of weeks. Kind of weird to say. Doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we look at this year, and we talk, Davis is a Davis stream, and this Davis start season, we looked at one from a year ago. It's the first time in 19 years they are the reigning state champions. It'll be interesting to watch that one. But for Lehi, we look at 5A, it can go so many different directions. We talk about Lehi reigning 5A champions, but in 5A, who's the favorite? I mean, I know we all want to say Timpview, kind of sometimes the default, but man alive, 5A is pretty even. Unless I'm missing someone.
It's going to be interesting. To me, the team you got to watch out for is Olympus. You got Jack Wister still coming back. You have Jordan Barnes, who I think is going to step up, have a big year this year. You've got some other guys there, too. Another Dowdell on the floor for Coach Barnes this year. That Olympus team is going to be really, really strong. I think the Bountiful team is going to be interesting. Woods Cross, I think you're going to see them take a leap this year in Region 5. I think that's going to be a good squad. Look, Timpview, let's talk about Orem. This is a team that won 9 games last year. That doesn't sound great. They had 6 losses by less than 5 points. They were in a lot of contests. They return a lot of kids. Obviously, Timpview's going to be good. Lehi, Alta's a team to keep your eye on as well. Region 9, Wasatch. There are a lot of programs that can throw their hat in the ring, and it kind of has that feel like at any given night, Dusty, in 5A could go your way.
That's how you run a fast break on a loose ball. But I'll tell you, this year in Utah high school basketball, I mean, I think both classifications, we'll have our preview show out soon. It's wide open in both 6A and 5A. Because normally you come in and we talk about, I think it might be this team. Or definitely you hear Dusty say, this is not the year, not in basketball. I don't know where we lead.
Yeah, so this is the year Dusty's going to pick against whoever your favorite team is, because any given week, I mean, here's the thing, right? I know that history doesn't matter. It also matters. Davis has never won back-to-back, ever. So, I mean, I think a lot of people, including me, are like, I think Davis is the favorites. But there are teams that can play with them. When you look at Farmington, you look at Corner, you look at Bingham.
Yeah.
Had a big win last night against AF. And so, I mean, there's this 6A classification. It's going to be a fun year.
Can't get that runner to go. Sims ahead to Rex. 27 seconds up in the quarter. Rex at Lewis. Pull up Jay, no. And the rebound taken.
And while we're at it, there's a lot of Region 4 elitists out there. Basketball's owned by Region 1. Let's get that straight.
Kelby Miller texts me that at least once a year.
Well, me and Kelby see eye to eye on a lot of
Region
things.
1, huh?
Dusty, you go pick your 4A state champion. I'll continue to live in Region 1 and just be right.
Back-to-back years.
I'm teasing. No, I didn't have Davis last year.
A lot of people did.
I went AF and then I went Westlake.
Yeah.
And if it's not for an injury, Westlake does win it. But
you say that about that team a year ago. 6 seconds left, fall the way, got it. And let's see if Davis cannot make it 3 quarters in a row with the buzzer beater. But we head to the 4th quarter. It's a 20-point advantage, 50-30. The Davis Starts lead the Lehi Pioneers. You're watching Davis Start basketball. Porter, Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart with you. Opening night for the Davis Starts. As Kobe has that ball poked away by Brousseau. And it's been Dane, the first half was a lot of scrappiness as far as Davis getting balls on second chances. But the 3-ball got going as Sawyer Cottrell can't get that one to go, but got going off the hands of Kobe Sims, who had 13 points in the 3rd quarter.
17 in the contest for Colby, and I mean, you could look at, he was really the show. I mean, they scored 21 in the quarter, 13 of them from him. They got the tempo going. Defense continued to be strong. I think we've seen Davis start to flex their muscle here in this second half.
As Bromley knocks down the first free throw. And we know what Davis will be going forward throughout the year. 5 Pistons all firing together. by the end of the season. As Bromley gets the second. 50-32. Find inside, Cottrell reverses and scores. Beautiful find.
Seven different scorers tonight for Davis.
And I think if you want to point to something that Chad Sims has developed at Davis, it is multiple. I mean, everybody on the floor is a weapon and an opportunity to score. You see 7 different players getting on in the books. The ball just moves, and it's the right shot. It's not the right person all the time, but it's the right shot.
Yeah, and I think some of it, he spoke to this a lot last year with that group. There's a culture where no one's looking for their night. They know tonight it might be Sims. Tomorrow night it might be Henry. You know, the next night it might be Rex. Might be Painter. I mean, there's so many different guys that they really don't care who gets it because they know they're all going to have their opportunity over the course of the year.
And what I love is it comes down to the moment, right? It's the hot hand, I want to say trutheism. Some people call it hot hand theory. I believe in it. Someone starts feeling it, hey, get him the ball. Let him go. And once you see it come up, all right, who's the next guy? And that's what I love about what Davis does with the basketball. Is Cottrell throws up. Nobody home, but Kobe Sims tracks it down. And now a foul up the top of the key on Brousseau, and that's number 5. On Grayson. And that'll bring Ruffner off the bench. As Colby goes to the corner. Nice pressure there by Lewis. As Boston Willard cycles through and Scarf in the corner. Cottrell. Colby in the lane, left hand. Oh, would not go. Now a loose ball foul on Mullen. Yeah, it's number 3 on Mullen. Mullen not wearing 17's a crime. Just saying.
It's spelled differently, isn't it?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't think that went all the way through. But still, it's a crime.
Sorry, I was a little confused. I was like, wait, who's he talking about? And then it hit me. I was like, but it's different. That's okay. I got you.
Yeah, but he's got this, more of this, not quite the mop top that Chris Mullen had at St. John's, but
And talk about a franchise with a completely different look. The Chris Mullen days, nothing like the Steph Curry days.
Yeah, I mean, the good, bad, and the ugly. Tim Hardaway, Chris Mullen, and Billy Owens. Not quite the triple threat of your modern-day Warriors.
And, of course, Dusty Lister has probably never been so thankful there's a T in his name instead of Lister, because if it was Dusty Lister, I would remind you every single time I saw you during basketball season of a certain dunk. Me
and Cousin Alden, we go back and forth.
I'd probably even give you the little finger pistols.
Hey, his last name is Lister? Remember Zeus, the wrestler, the very big, scary actor?
No.
No?
No.
No holds barred. You're welcome. Hulk Hogan. Great film. Great wrestling documentary.
I'll have to go look it up.
Sims leaves this one short and it crawls home.
I'm more of a fan of the arm wrestling cinema, but yeah.
I'm like a machine.
Yeah. I turn my hat around too.
I drink motor oil. And I
drive truck, break arms, and arm wrestle.
I can vouch for the fact that in Dane's truck in this Tacoma, he's got an armband.
Yeah. That's I work out while I drive. Haven't put in the RAV4 yet. Maybe one day.
As Ruffner hands off to Lewis, Cooper has shot the ball really well in the second half. Cooper, fall away. Well, you ready for another yearly Dustyism?
Yeah.
How is it in the year of 2022, 2021, that we have basketball standards that poles and straps that come in to the field of play?
It's science, Dusty.
Their engineers are far smarter than me. I've never understood that.
Yeah, I mean, I
bring it up every year. It blows my mind. Mine? Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. 4:25 left in the fourth quarter. Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart, opening night for the Davis Darts. And the second half has looked very Davis Dart-ish. Again, got a long season ahead of us, and we're going to have all those games for you right here. Colby Sands knocks down his fourth three in the second half. It opens up a 22-point advantage for the Davis Darts.
I mean, I think Garf is the only other Dart to hit a three tonight.
Cottrell. Sawyer had one.
Yes, he did. Thank you. So those two are the only other, according to my stats. And they each just have one. That was one of the things that last year there were so many guys that could beat you from outside. And Davis still has that capability. It's just getting in the rhythm and getting the confidence and executing when they're out there to do it. But yeah, Sims looks like second half, at least he's in midseason form.
Hey, someone needs to text Quincy Lewis. Hey, let your guys know it's an okay thing to lose at Davis if you're Lehigh to start a year in 2021. We talked about it earlier that Lehigh lost to Davis in overtime. And then Lehigh went on to win the state championship. And I love to get some football players here that started pointing at the ring finger. They knew.
You know, and we still have our football awards videos coming out. We may have some of those Lehigh football players. We'll still see. Voting is closed, but we'll see.
I mean, voting's closed. Hey, but our hearts aren't. It's Kobe Sims. He's just making up for lost time.
Yeah, he needs to change his jersey number to 3, huh?
Yeah, Jesse Wade's freshman number, if I remember right. Freshman or sophomore year. In fact, I'm trying to think through all the years if there was a number 3. Martineau was 14. Strat McCausland was 10. I'm trying to think if Chase Flint wore 3. I don't think Chase Flint wore 3. Van Streeten, no, he didn't wear 3. Yeah, amazing. He could have. And then to his defense, I don't know if anybody wore 4.
Let's be honest, the real tragedy is that neither of these rosters have a number 20. I mean, let's just be totally honest, Dusty. That was your number. I mean, come on.
Heartbreak. Well, Dylan Hamilton rocked it much better than I ever dreamed of rocking it in the black and blue.
Yeah, yeah.
Knocks down the first, rattles home the second. But again, basketball season upon us. We'll have every game again for Davis, every game for Copper Hills. We'll be in all the region games for Sky Ridge. We have some other schools that will be announcing there soon, be part of the Rewind Sports Network. But all in all, is Garrett irony all the way to the rim. That will not stop us from doing our games of the week. Dane and I will always try as best we can to, we'll do our Friday night game of the week. There's a teardrop there from Cooper Lewis. For basketball season, Dane, not to make you nervous, we'll be well over 150 games in basketball this year.
Oh, great.
Not to scare you.
Yeah, no one had told me that. You know, I was kind of planning for a casual December, and that's apparently not going to happen. It's going to be busy seasons. We've got an injury here behind the play.
Yeah, Bromley twisted his ankle. Oh, they're saying cramping here. They're saying pickle juice. I've also heard honey become a big.
You said 150 basketball games?
Yeah, about that. 150. So if we do every Davis game,
does Vince know? Because he just gave a look like, really?
Is it not quite 150? Okay, over 100. 30 the first week in March by itself.
This will be resolved after the broadcast is over.
76 plus 8.
We may see that wrestling or arm wrestling come. We'll see if we can add it to the stream live afterward.
I'm signing more schools. That's it.
Well, because I was like, when we started, we were doing 160 over the course of a full year.
181. 181 events.
And we're going to do that in basketball season?
181 events. Yeah, you're right. Prep talk would have been about 150 games.
Yeah.
There's of course, I think it only is right as Henry Irish can get to the go is, this will come out soon enough on Monday. But Dane and I, we're going to break something. We're going to get an award for the Activity Association. I think I'm trying to find a way to get a picture of Prep Talk worked into that whole thing. I have one in my, I got one.
I got one too if you need it. I can send it to you.
I've almost gone back to watch one, but I don't know if I want to be that reminded how painful I might have been on air at one point.
That was back when there was a teleprompter on set.
Only one person used it.
Yeah, we never used it, but it was still there. Now we just swing off the cuff.
And one of the two of us found some way to work dodgeball. Let me hit you with some knowledge.
Oh, man.
But
those were the days, huh?
Those were the days. But you now get to enjoy us weekly on KSL. Again, if you haven't watched, if you're new to Game Night Live Rewind, we'll be on KSL Sports. Our stuff will be released every week. We'll go through our show, Game Night Live Rewind, just like we did in football, but we're talking boys and girls basketball here in winter. Zaire comes out. Great way to start the year for double ones. But we've got you all the way through the championship games right here on Game Night Live Rewind and KSL Sports, your new home for online championships. As Rex pulling along the baseline. Stayed by Mullen to Cottrell. And now the foul, and I'll put I'll put Mitch Jepson at the line. And it's amazing is that first year we did this, it ended here at Davis with the All-Star games. 86 games. I said 150. 86 games. I had to do it for Carbon County math quickly in my head. 86 games. We're going to try to add to that. I'm working on it. There's a certain interlocking school that's got to come together, and that put us right there. Gee. We're trying for triple digits around these parts.
Regardless, it's a lot of basketball.
Yeah. And of course, we'll have the 5A and 6A girls championships.
Yeah.
Along with, we'll try to get some of the games along the way. But that week in March, one of our favorite weeks of the year. We post up the state tournament and all 30 games as Richards missed the free throws, but gets the board and in the bucket.
It's probably the week when bosses like us the least because we're making every high school game accessible for their employees from their desk, right?
Yes. Hey, if we're going to do one thing right, it is to make the suits angry.
Dusty Litster on Twitter.
Even if I am a suit at another place in time.
I was gonna say I'm not going there. Suit with a hat. Suit with a hat.
Yes. I am the hoodie of the office. As Cooper Lewis can't get that one to go. or my Raider polo or Raider polo over every Monday. It was a nice take by Jepson, but can't finish.
You know, I used to wear my Vandal victory outfit. Then the Vandals stopped winning, and so that outfit, it just doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, the three won't go in the corner. 10 seconds left, down to 7. And that will do it. Like Davis starts. Kings is 6A versus Kings of 5A. And Davis opens the year 1-0. Dave, your final thoughts on the selection of the player of the game?
Well, I mean, I kind of, you know, Alta, I don't know where that came from. Davis was better than Lehi in every frame, and I think we saw them get stronger over the course of the game. I thought the defense really carried in the first half. Second half, we started to see last year's Davis come out. The ball movement without the ball, perimeter shooting. We talked about this Davis team having high expectations. I think it's going to take a bit for them to get into that, right? Both these two teams, you're going to see them progress over the course of the year. There's a lot of good things for Davis to feel good about tonight, and they'll have an opportunity. They're back at it Friday at PG, and another chance to go up against a 6A team and to see where they stack up against Region 4. So good start tonight, but it's just beginning.
Player of the game.
I'm going to go with Colby Sims. I think his second half ended up hitting 5 threes in the second half alone. Finished unofficially with 25 points. Was strong tonight. Drove in the first half. Hit from long range in the second half. Colby Sims, our player of the game.
Again, our final score, Davis 63, Lehi 44. Colby Sims, our player of the game. Game one of many. We got them all for you right here on Game Night Live Rewind Davis Dart Basketball, the Rewind Sports Network. For Vince Francis, Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and watching Davis Dart Hoops.